Hello everyone, I'm Ferdi Salvador. Join us in unlocking the tricks of the trade here on Trade Talks. Let's get down to business. The Australian Trade and Investment Commission helps Australian businesses grow investments and achieve diverse export outcomes. In the Philippines, the person responsible for boosting the country's trade ties with Australia is Luisa Rust. She's the Senior Trade and Investment Commissioner of the Australian Trade and Investment Commission. Let's welcome to the program Luisa Rust. Good morning, Commissioner.
Good morning, Ferdi. Please call me Luisa.
I love it. Then, since you have the title Commissioner, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I'm very lucky to have it. So.
Yes, this is an amazing morning because you're the first. This is the first time, rather, that I've got food on the show.
I know. Well, from Australia, we bring you food.
I love it. So I'm trying to keep my stomach hidden from the camera, but obviously that's going to be futile. So you've been in the F&B world, agriculture, before coming into the diplomatic corps or the trade corps.
Yeah, I've had a really fantastic career and experience where I studied Japanese when I was at school, and then I worked for a Japanese supermarket group, was one of my first jobs. And I got to really experience selling Australian produce to the world and really learning about quality and also all the great credentials of Australian food produce. And then I joined the diplomatic corps maybe 20 years ago, but always selling Australian food and beverage around the world.
Right, but you don't only take care of the Philippines, you take care of other countries as well.
Yes, well, in my role, I'm Southeast Asia based. Of course, Philippines is my favorite because I'm here.
But of course.
Yeah, of course. But I do help support our team across Southeast Asia. We've got six presence across Southeast Asia.
Which is very important. I mean, Australia is a very important trade and diplomatic partner of the Philippines. Right in front of us are some of the items that you want me to try, which is amazing because I am hungry. It's before lunch.
I know. It's morning tea time.
Yes, because Australia is known for let's admit food that would be beef, beverages that would be wine.
Yes.
And other products such as even honey. And those are the top produce that arrive in the Philippines. But we're not really known for what we have in front of us: octopus, fish, caviar, feta, even camel's milk.
Camel feta, from camel's milk, which is amazing.
Right.
And I think that's the wonderful thing about Australia's food and beverage produce is the diversity of what we can supply. And yes, we are big in beef and wine. Dairy is another one that we export a lot to the Philippines. Right. But also our seafood is amazing.
Yes.
And really, like here we've got today from Western Australia is octopus. We've also got kingfish from South Australia. And like you mentioned, Yarra Valley, we have salmon roe, which is quite amazing.
Which I'm gonna try. I'm into salmon roe. Any kind of fish roe actually, or caviar. But I'm gonna go dig in here while you tell me about what is it that the Australian government wants to help the Philippines in terms of the culinary scene.
I think in terms of the culinary scene, and I've been living in the Philippines in Manila now for 18 months and got to experience the huge diversity, in terms of the street food, right through to fine dining and also casual restaurants. Amazing food. And what I love is Filipino food that adopts Australian ingredients as well. And that's what we have to make it more diverse and interesting because more and more Filipinos are looking for different things to try and experience.
Because the Filipinos now have a more sophisticated palate. I mean, it's been said over and over again that the Filipino culinary scene is exploding, which we can feel that right now. I mean, you're Filipino-based part-time, and you can tell the number of restaurants opening, right?
Yes.
We just had the Michelin group come in, and of course, there's pressure to bring in the best produce, the best products. It's unfortunate sometimes that we cannot get that within our own market. And Australia is one of our trade partners wherein you also bring in agriculture products such as cauliflower,
Yes.
lettuce greens, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Although a little bit more, how should I say, price conscious in the market, but you get the quality, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
how do you manage that with our government and our local partners?
It's a really good point, Ferdi. And the Australian government about 2 years ago brought out their Southeast Asia economic strategy. And within that, it was recognised how important two-way trade and investment is. So we see the opportunity to obviously export a lot of our wonderful food and beverage produce.
Right.
But we also see it's really important that
I'm just going to be eating.
you just eat. You just eat. I'll just talk. But
This is your show now.
Yeah, in the Philippines is this fantastic agriculture production as well.
Yes.
And our capability and know-how can be brought to the Philippines to be able to improve, also produce amazing high-value crops, potentially export as well. So I think it's a two-way thing, and that's how we like. We're not good at everything, you
Right,
know.
but what do you think the Philippines can export to Australia?
Already, there's mangoes, beautiful. I love your mangoes.
You know what? I would
Yeah.
fight tooth and nail for our mangoes.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, we love the Mexicans. You're cool, love
Yeah.
you, but our mangoes are better.
Yeah. Well, in Australia, we produce mangoes too. But the
definitely.
great thing is we're counter-seasonal.
Yes.
Yeah. We're here in the northern hemisphere, Australia's in southern hemisphere, so we can be very complementary in terms of our exports. to
A lot
each
of
other.
people don't realize that Australia actually has tropical fruits. We call it here locally atis.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is, I forget what it's called in English, but it's going to come to me later.
Yeah.
You also produce avocados.
Yes,
You
yes,
produce
yeah.
dragon fruits.
Yes.
You guys actually, I've seen some lychees coming from Perth.
Yes. Yeah. Beautiful lychee.
Even rambutan. It's
Yes.
insane.
Yes,
So what I'm trying to say is that it's a good way of having, like you said, we're counter season.
Yes,
So
exactly.
once we're done with their season, it's your turn, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So do you think that there needs to be more exports coming from the Philippines to Australia and vice versa?
I do. I think the more trade we have between our countries, the better there is. Better for our Australian agricultural farmers and better for Filipino farmers as well. Exports drive not only production and quality, but also profitability for our farmers.
1,000%. I
Yeah.
mean, we do have a lot of products coming in from Australia that I see already in the market space. You've got especially cheeses,
Yes.
dairy products.
Yeah,
There's a dairy product here later that I'm gonna discuss because
Yes,
my
yeah.
child is completely obsessed with it,
Yeah.
right? And other things such as cosmetics, skincare,
Yes.
healthcare stuff as well.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the F&B space. The Filipino culinary scene is now beginning again to open around the world.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
Australia is seeing a little bit of a movement there wherein, I think there's a few more restaurants coming up in Melbourne and Sydney.
Yeah.
Do you think that Australian produce and Filipino cuisine can coincide together?
Definitely. I think what I love about Filipino food is the flavors are very simple and clean.
Yes.
You know, it's really
And these flavors are
distinct.
very simple and clean as well.
Exactly.
I keep eating. Oh my God. Yeah.
And I think the best food is the one where you have really high quality ingredients matched with simple flavors that you can just enjoy. You know,
Yes.
not too complicated, not overly saucy. And I think Filipino food really complements that.
Right. So what about the beverage landscape? I mean, we've been dominated by the old world wines.
Yes, yeah.
Now there's a lot of Australian wines coming, especially from Hunter Valley, Yarra Valley. You know,
Yeah.
there's all these beautiful things. So how is that? How are you helping the food and beverage scene with that influx of Australian products?
Because Australia is so big and we have so many different production systems
Right.
and different climates
Right.
as well, it means that we can produce wines from warm climate to cool climate, like in the Yarra Valley, beautiful, Hunter Valley as well. It means that from Australia you can get a real diversity of wines.
And prices.
Good price points, really
Yes,
great price
you
point.
you can go up to the Grand Cru level price points all the way to the more commercially available vineyards.
Exactly,
Here.
exactly. And it means for Filipino consumers that if you're just at entry level, just trying wine, you don't have to spend a fortune.
Yes.
You can try it, see what you like, and there's quite a variety from rosé, Pinot Noir, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc.
What particular products do you want to see in our market space?
I'd like to see, I really love like our artisanal products. Like we're going to try some of the unusual camel milk
I'm
dairy.
going to try, this is,
Yeah.
all right, this is camel milk.
Yeah.
And it's called camel dairy.
Yeah.
I've never had camel milk in my life. So
No,
we're gonna do this.
Yeah, and you have to put on a little bit of biscuit.
And
Or you can have it
feta.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, I like salty cheeses.
You'll love this. You'll love this. But what's interesting is that at the turn of the century, there were a lot of wild camels in Australia.
Okay.
That were brought
We'll try this one
over
out.
by the Afghani community. And they were left. And so they're all running around Central Australia. And now there is camel dairies that are popping up in Australia using the camels and to do milking and making cheese.
Excellent. This is super excellent. I actually have a salad for lunch.
Yeah.
You're not taking this back home.
Yeah, no, you can have it. But it's really creamy. And do you know what's really
It's
interesting?
excellent. It's
Yeah.
very light.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not too heavy. And I think University of Queensland has done quite a few tests and looking at the nutritional content. It's like the highest protein of a dairy product that's nearly similar to breast milk.
Absolutely. I mean, there's studies in the Middle East too, because they
yes.
produce a lot of camel products,
Yeah.
Camel dairy products, and sometimes it beats cattle
Yes.
dairy products.
Exactly.
And this one in particular, I don't know if it's the brand or the manufacturing way of doing the cheese. But normally feta is a little tougher if you buy it with other
Yeah.
brands from Europe. This one is super extra creamy.
know
I would
it's
actually
yummy.
put it on pizza right now.
Yes.
But
I
not
love
even
it.
to cook it, just spread it on there.
Yeah. Just have it. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Wow, amazing, amazing. And of course, here in the Philippines, we're an archipelago. We do have our own seafood industry, which is quite vibrant. But we don't have the likes of, let's say, fish roe. We don't produce any of these things.
Yeah.
And is this something that you want to aggressively put in our country?
Look, these products, especially these unique ones, will work well in like high-end restaurants.
Yes.
Or in retail, they might work where they're maybe at home people are looking to do something special,
Yes.
or as a gift.
And
That's a
we
really
love our
interesting
Japanese
group.
food.
Exactly.
This is perfect. This is
exactly.
what you call ikura.
Yeah, ikura.
Yeah,
Yes.
this is ikura, and this is perfect for
Yeah.
Japanese food. But you know
Yeah.
what? We're gonna talk more about food and
Yeah.
other products. We're gonna take a breather. Trade Talks will be right back with Luisa Rust. Welcome back to Trade Talks. We continue our conversation with Luisa Rust of the Australian Trade Investment Commission. Earlier, Luisa, before the break, I was eating a buffet in front of me, and I had to remove it because I was getting embarrassed and eating in front of you. But let's go talk about other things that Australia is bringing into the more unique and special products. You talked about camel,
Yes.
camel dairy products
Yes,
earlier.
yeah.
What's the benefit?
Oh, there's so many benefits. And I mentioned University of Queensland has done some testing on camel milk products, increases immunity, has very high protein levels that are equivalent to mother's breast milk as
Right.
well. And it also tastes good, which is amazing.
How do you think? Because the Filipinos, we're not very familiar with camels. Obviously, we are familiar with camels. I mean, the actual animal itself, like you know what I mean. So, but talking about camel daily products is a little unique for us.
It is.
So how are you planning to introduce this to our market?
Yeah, I think he's emphasising, and I think for many Filipino consumers now, is really understanding what are the benefits, like for skincare, for your health, but also what's the traceability as well, what's the story as to where the camels have come from, how they are, you know, sustainably welfare and things like that.
Right. So here we've got a few samples, and I just want to make it clear, these are not available yet in the Philippines. These are just samples, right? To show what kind of diverse product range Camel products may have, right? So what do we have here?
Okay, so we have the beautiful skincare range, which is really lovely. A hand wash, body wash, but also do like a night cream and also a hand cream. You should try some.
Yes.
Oh, try
Where's
the hand cream. Here.
This is the hand cream.
here. And the soaps are really lovely too. Really lovely gifts, like at Christmas to give as gifts.
What about, I'm interested in the camel milk powder because, as you said, you know, earlier during the break that we've got mothers and babies that may be lactose intolerant.
So often,
is this a way to?
Yeah, they're looking at alternative base powders, and so an alternative to cow's milk. And you've seen like goat milk and others, but now there's a camel base that you can use as well.
That's super interesting. Australia also has a wide range of cosmetics and skincare companies that have been to the Philippines already. And how are they doing?
Well, like Aesop, you're probably aware, who's in Greenbelt, and you'll see them in a lot in very high-end restaurants and bars as well, but beautiful products that they do. But right through, there's also like cheaper ranges of products. And another interesting area is not just the skincare products, but also health supplements as well, just tying into that whole health and wellness and people looking to get more balance in their lives.
Is this the Avo Toast movement?
Yeah.
Is it coming from that?
We progressed from Avo Toast. Yeah, that was like our spearhead.
The Avo Toast is the biggest thing that happened in a couple of years to promote Australia. Honestly, I mean that's you didn't spend on it, but it's the biggest news.
I know, it was just amazing. But we do all love our avocado on toast.
Yes.
Nearly as much as our Vegemite on toast.
I gotta be honest.
The Vegemite?
I have. I can't. As much as I can't.
I'm thinking we could do different things with Vegemite, maybe. Like it could be a good broth, or I don't know, bring it into sinigang, or
Let's see, Luisa. That we need to talk off air regarding that.
Is that too ambitious? Maybe?
I don't think so. I mean, I'm sure we can do a challenge with our Michelin, Michelin recognized kitchens here. But that's super interesting. But what is the thrust, basically, of the Australian Trade Commission now in the Philippines? Is it more the high-end market, or are we going for the more masstige consumer sector?
What really struck me in the time I'm here is how competitive it is. Like there is like all products from around the world that are here in the Philippines. But what I would like to do is increasing our artisanal, premium product, unusual products like the camel dairy product. But also, like I mentioned previously, I really would like Australian know-how and technology to come to the Philippines, to share our knowledge and create products like these. Like there could be some unusual, fruit or something that we could make a skincare product out of from the Philippines.
What about agricultural items such as, lettuce, broccoli, cauliflower? Those are the ones I really look into. Because, unfortunately, we have the smaller varieties. What we would like to, and me personally, I'd like to see a more quality type of produce.
We just need, I think, in regard to logistics in the Philippines, the cold chain as well, because I think the product can be beautiful when it's produced on the farm, but getting it to the supermarket or to the outlet takes time, and it might lose a little bit of quality along the way. And I really believe the Filipino government is improving that cold chain logistics, working with the private sector. So, but we can do more.
Since we're talking about ingredients and stuff like that, what do you see around Southeast Asia? What do you foresee, or what are you forecasting in the dining and culinary scene? The Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, those countries.
I think the more and more we're becoming a more global world. People traveling more, social media, being more educated about food and beverage.
You have more direct flights now to the Philippines.
It's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, from Australia, it's going to be 70 flights
Can
soon,
you
which is
imagine?
exciting. But the more people are globalised and exposed, the more they want to be adventurous and try different food. So I think we'll see more blending of different cuisines and different varieties of product and offering that will be available. So I
Absolutely.
think that's what we'll see.
That's very exciting, and we want to hear more from you. Perhaps you can come back on this show.
Oh, I'd love to.
And tell us
Yeah.
more about other new exciting products that are coming from Australia. But I have a few more questions for you. What is your worst investment?
Oh, I'm going to be really honest with you. I set up a cafe with a boyfriend in my 20s. Total disaster. Total disaster.
Was it the ex-boyfriend that was a disaster, or the cafe?
The whole thing. The whole thing. It was his idea, and I was working at the... Anyway, crazy idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, worst.
What about
but
your-
I learned a lot from it. I learned
Nice.
a lot.
What
yeah.
about your best investment?
Marrying my husband now.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So, and he, you know...
You already said, you got to say his name. I mean,
Richard. yeah. No, and he's a wonderful man who's supported my career and let me come to the Philippines while he's still in Australia looking after our oldest who's finishing school.
Right.
So, yeah, he's been my best investment.
Okay, what about your favorite mistake?
Oh, can't be the cafe. I feel like I've done lots of mistakes, but they're all favourites in a way. Actually, I did a small posting to Vanuatu when I was young, and it was it was a bit of a mistake because I actually thought I was going to Southeast Asia. I didn't realise it was in Vanuatu in the Pacific. But that turned out to be a wonderful experience.
Yes,
It was
yes.
fantastic. Yeah.
That's, well, not a lot of people can say they've been to Vanuatu.
No, have you been?
Never, I haven't,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
it's beautiful. It's
But thank you
beautiful.
so much, Luisa, for introducing us, even for a short time, to the world of Australian F&B and the trade products that we can enjoy here in the Philippines, and letting us know that we actually have a lot of potential of exporting to Australia.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank
And
you.
that is it for today's show. I'm Ferdi Salvador. Catch the Bilyonaryo News Channel on Free TV Channel 31 and on cable via Signal Channel 24. Thank you for watching the Bilyonaryo News Channel, always on top.